Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So we'll offer prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namo Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatani Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Govind Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya Ki Jai, Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai. Darshan Dev Bhagwan Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So, yes. So last time we were discussing about this Bhrigu dynasty. So Bhrigu asks, the Shaunaka Rishi is asking, please describe about the Bhrigu line. Then Sutta Goswami describes about the Bhrigu line. So how Bhrigu was born from Brahma and Bhrigu got married to Pauloma. So that's how this Parva is called as Pauloma Parva. So after getting married, so she was pregnant. So when she was pregnant, one Rakshasa came and he was abducting her. Then during that time, the child was born, Chavana. So by the brightness of the child, he kills this Rakshasa. That's how his name comes Chavana. And Chavana married Sukanya, and Pramati was born. So Pramati was given birth to Ruru. So this Ruru, when he was grown up, then he got married to a lady called Pramadvara. So this Pramadvara is basically, she is a daughter of Apsara Menaka and Vishwavasu and Gandharva King Vishwavasu. So she was born from them. And after her birth, Menaka leaves her in the ashram, near the ashram of Stulakesha. So Stulakesha, then he brings her up. So after bringing her up, what happens is, so one time this Ruru, he gets attracted to her and he wanted to marry her. So the arrangements happens. And he was about to marry. But just before the marriage, she was bitten by a snake and she leaves the body. So Ruru becomes very unhappy and he was very much lamenting, sort of lamentation. He goes to the forest and he starts crying. And the Devatas, the Devadutas, they come and tell them, you should not worry about because her life is over. So she died. Then they give an option that now if they can go and ask Yamaraj that he can give his half of his life to her. Then she may be brought back to life. So when he was told like that, then he tells that yes, I am ready to give half of my life. So that's how she was brought back her life is Pramadvara. And later on, they both of them got married. And Ruru's son is Shunaka, and Shunaka is the grandfather of Shaunaka Rishi. So that's how Shaunaka Rishi is also connected to Bhrigu dynasty. But we may have the question that how come like now, like we are discussing about the Janamejaya sacrifice regarding the snakes and how it is related to snakes. So, but this is also related to snakes in the way that after this, what happens is, so this Ruru became very revengeful on the snakes. So one time he come across, so whenever he come across any snakes, he used to kill them. So one time he comes across a snake called Dundhuba. Dundhuba is a type of snake, like water snakes. So generally they are not poisonous. So he was about to kill that Dundhuba snake. So when he was about to kill the Dundhuba snake, the Dundhuba speaks. Okay? See, actually we are not poisonous. So why you are unnecessarily killing? Since you are from a Brahmana background, Bhrigu dynasty, you should not kill. Then when Dundhuba speaks like that, then he becomes, okay, what is this snake? Then he asks, so what is your previous life? Like that. Then Dundhuba tells, actually I was, in my previous life, I was a Brahmana. Okay. So one time I was with my another Brahmana friend who is very powerful, who was doing a lot of tapasya like that. Okay. Hare Krishna Siddhartha. So you can maybe first 5 minutes we had the Bhrigu dynasty story. So in the Bhrigu dynasty, Ruru is coming. We are discussing about Ruru. So how Ruru again is connected to the snake sacrifice, we are going to discuss. So Ruru was always taking revenge on snakes. So Dundhuba tells about the previous life, he was a Brahmana. Then one time what happened, he did for a fun, he did some fun with his friend. So he made a snake out of grass. And when his friend was meditating, he just, when he opened his eye, he showed that snake. So when he saw that snake, his friend, another Brahmana, he immediately got frightened and he fainted. And this Dundhuba in previous life, I forgot the name, let me check what was his name. His name was Dundhuba's previous life, Brahmana. His name was Sahasrapat and his friend was Kagama. So this Sahasrapat, when he came to consciousness, his friend Kagama came to consciousness. He asked forgiveness. He was requesting, oh, please forgive me, please. Then he became very angry. Then he cursed him. Since you are, okay, made me fearful by the snake, let you become, in the previous life, you become the snake. Okay, Dundhuba snake. So these Dundhuba snakes are not poisonous. So since you are making, fun of by grass you made me fearful, let you make a snake, but those snakes are not poisonous. So that's how Then he asked, okay, please forgive me because if I have to go to snake body. So actually there are totally 84 lakh species. How many species? 84 lakhs. Okay. So human beings are 4 lakhs. Like you have demigods, you have Gandharvas, you have Rakshasas, okay, like that. Okay, according to different natures, like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, okay, the forest dwellers, like that. So there are 4 lakh human beings, depending upon their consciousness. Similarly, there are other 80 lakh species like trees, the virus, even coronavirus is one of the species among 84 lakhs. Okay, so like that, how many? So if one goes human life, by using human form of life, we can go to spiritual world, Krishna Loka. But if we don't use human life, then what will happen? If before death, one's consciousness is like a dog, he is always shouting like a dog, then what will happen? He will become dog in next life. Say the dog species number is say 50 lakh. For example, I am telling. So what he has to go 50 lakh species, 50 lakh one species, 50 lakh two species. Even dogs maybe have many species. So first is small dog, then little bit big dog, then little bit more big dog, like that. So the person, the Atma, has to go to so many species, and at last he comes to human form of life. And the lower species are the trees. So if we misutilize this body, you want to know who become trees?
Ghosts.
Who become the trees? Those who not properly dress. Because trees, they don't dress. Their whole body is uncovered. So as humans, if someone doesn't dress properly, they'll become trees. You are understanding? So that is the law of nature. People say, now this is my karma. I am suffering because of my karma. Okay, people say it, na? So karma means because they have done wrong activities, that is why they are suffering. So if as humans, if we do wrong activities, then we will not get human form of life. Okay. So he was worried because if I become a snake, then after so many lives, then he asked, okay, how can I come out of that curse? Then it says, don't worry, when you meet a king called Ruru, then you will come out of the curse. So that's how this Dundhuba now he is speaking with whom? He is speaking with this Brahmana Ruru. Sorry, not king, the Brahmana. So then after speaking, then he immediately gets a human form of body. Then it tells that so in future he goes on telling a story about Astika. Okay. So he tells that in earlier days, Janamejaya did a sacrifice, and in that sacrifice, many snakes died, and there was one person called Astika. He saved all the snakes. So then Guru asked, so how did he save? Then Dundhuba says, no, that you will learn in the future by other Brahmanas, like that he disappears from there. Then Guru searches him. He doesn't find anywhere. Then he goes to his father Pramati and he asks. Then here Sutta Goswami and Shaunaka Rishi is describing this story. Then Shaunaka Rishi asks, please tell me about, I have heard many times about this Astika. Please tell me in detail about this story of Astika, how we stopped the snake sacrifice of Janamejaya. Yes, who is Janamejaya?
Son of Parikshit Maharaj.
Son of Parikshit Maharaj. So still we are going with that story only. So that story is there. There are so many connected stories with that one. So one person, Astika, came and stopped. So why he stopped, how he stopped? Yeah. So this Parva, Astika Parva is very huge. Okay. So we'll see. Then in the Astika Parva, what happens is, then there was a, so Shaunaka Rishi describes, there was a person called Jaratkaru. So this Jaratkaru belongs to Yayavara family. Yayavara, Yayavara. So these Yayavaras, they don't stay at one place. They always roam around the world. Okay. So these Yayavaras, then what happens? They go to holy places, they take bath in holy rivers like that. So he belongs to Yayavara family, and this Jaratkaru very austere. So one time he come across a hole, and in the hole he sees that there are some people who are upside down, means they are tied to some rope, okay, and their head is down and legs are up. Then he goes and asks, "Oh, why are you suffering here?" Then they tell, uh, "Actually, we are suffering because our son, eh, uh, this Jaratkaru, is not got married and he is not offering any shraddha and like that. So because of which we are suffering." And this, okay. So then he asked, "Who are you? Why you are so much concerned about us?" Then Jaratkaru tells, "I am the same Jaratkaru, okay, your son and grandson like that." Then they tell, "So what I can do for you?" And they will tell, "So you please go and get married, and if you increase our line, by that we can be released from this condition." Okay. So then after that, then it gives a condition. On two conditions I can get married. The first condition is the girl whom I am going to get married, her name should be also Jaratkaru. And second condition is I am not going to search for any girl. The person has to come and offer me that girl. So like that it tells. Then what happens is Hare Krishna. Then Jaratkaru was moving. He is Yayavara. He is moving all the place. So one time, after moving lot of places, still he doesn't find. So one time, thinking about his ancestors, this request in the forest, he was meditating. Okay, "Oh Lord, if you wish, please let me fulfill my ancestors' desire." Then during that time when he was requesting like that, one person comes, Vasuki. So Vasuki, who is Vasuki? Anyone knows?
Celestial snake that Vishnu sleeps on.
Vasuki is a snake. You all knew this Samudra Manthan? In Samudra Manthan, so one rope is used, rope made up of snake. So that snake is Vasuki. Now you remember? So the rope which is used for Samudra Manthan, that rope is Vasuki. So then this Vasuki comes and tells that, "See, here is my sister, and you can get married to her. Then he asks, what is her name? And it is, her name is also Jaratkaru. So that's how this Astika gets married to her. And through Astika, then while describing, Sutta Goswami tells, actually Kadru is the mother of snakes. She cursed her children that they are going to be offered in the sacrifice. Then Sutta Goswami Shravanaka Rishi asked, okay, please tell me in detail how these snakes were born. So that's how the birth of the snakes and why Kadru curses us, okay, the story comes. So you all want to know how the snakes were born? And Garuda is born, okay, like that. So one time what happened? So Kadru curses her children. So one time Kadru and Vinata, both are sisters. Both of them are the daughters of Daksha Prajapati. You know Daksha Prajapati, he is having a goat head. Okay. So some people, actually he insults Lord Shiva. Okay, he insults Lord Shiva, and later on Parvati is his daughter. Basically, because Parvati got married to Daksha, that is why once he insults Lord Shiva. So later on, once Parvati goes to Daksha was organizing a sacrifice, so she goes there to meet her sisters and her father. So that time, this Daksha was not giving any, what you say, he was basically not caring for Parvati. Then Parvati understood, because I am married to Lord Shiva, that is why he is not respecting me, he is not caring for me. Then she becomes angry, and then what she does, she leaves the body. She, from within her body, she increases.
Prabhuji, she's Sati Devi, no Prabhuji?
Yes, Sati. Yes. So basically, she is the wife of Sati or Parvati, both are same. Okay. In actually, next life she becomes Parvati. Again, takes birth as daughter of Himavan. Okay. So this Sati, then she brings flame from her body, and that's how she lives. So then, when Shiva gets the news, he becomes very angry. Okay, because he doesn't take anything bad when Daksha disrespects him, but when he becomes the cause of his husband, his wife's death, then he becomes angry and he comes and chops off the head of Daksha Prajapati and takes the head and throws in the sacrifice, and the head is burnt off. Then Brahmaji comes, oh, what you have done is a Prajapati, you should not have done. No, to just teach him, I have did like this, because he is very proud. Then on the request of Brahmaji, then his head was replaced with a goat head. So Daksha now has a lower body is human body, and head is only goat head. So now you tell me, so many times we say, na, where is your memory? In the head. Where is one's mind? In the head. So where is the mind? If mind is in the head has gone. You are understanding? So the mind, the intelligence, and the ego is related with the Atma. You are understanding? So memory, our head is only an instrument to work. You are understanding? So it is only because with the heart only, with the Atma, the intelligence is there. Whatever memory is there, basically it is with the heart. And memory, our brain, all these things is only a medium. Like I am speaking, but originally voice is coming from me. But this Zoom is only a medium. Yes or no? But generally, what a child thinks, where from voice is coming? From the television. Child thinks like that only, na? Whatever we see, that is. So since I am speaking, okay, I am using okay my memory or whatever it is. So this is because of the head only. Everything is working. No, because it is not because of head. Only because of the Atma is there in the heart. Because of Atma, everything is working. But do the scientists know that Atma is there? Do they believe? They don't believe. Okay. So that is why we can understand, because if the head is removed, that's why you see Lord Ganesha, his head is replaced, but still he has the same. He is still remembering that Parvati is my mother, Lord Shiva is my father. Yes or no? So that is what. So the real person is the Atma. So from Atma everything is comes. Not, and head is only an instrument. Like we have the Zoom and your laptop or your mobile. It is just an instrument. But voice is coming from person, from the Atma. Yes or no? So this mouth, okay, this eyes, there are only instruments. So basically, who is seeing? So the eyes are seeing you, or the Atma is seeing you? Generally, Atma is seeing. So eyes are only an instrument, but Atma is the real seer. You are getting the point? Very good. Okay. So now, if you understand these things, then you can become most intelligent. You go and ask many people, how many people will tell you, go and find. No one, even big scientists, Nobel laureates, they don't know that it is because of Atma this body is working. It is because of Atma the eyes are working. Okay. So, so where are we now? Near the snakes, why we came across the head. So this Kashyapa Muni, so he has two wives. He has many wives. So among that, Kadru and Vinata are two sisters. They are both sisters and they are both the wives of.
Prabhuji, to Kashyapa Muni. Has two wives, Prabhuji, Diti and Aditi.
He has many wives. Diti, Aditi, also Kadru and Vinata. He actually got married to some 60 wives or like that, something like that. Exactly, I don't remember.
Prabhuji, because he's a Brahmana, he should marry only one wife.
But he is called as Prajapati. So when Brahma created, so initial these rishis, okay, to increase the progeny, means the population of the world, they have married multiple marriages. You are getting the point? So basically, see, increase the population means like so many living entities are there. Based on their karma, they have to be born. So there should be some parents to give birth, na? Yes or no? So someone has to take care. So that's how these Prajapatis, they are very austere. Okay, so they have that powers to give birth. Not like anyone and everyone can give birth. So giving birth is not like even when Kashyapa Muni is giving birth to these children, he does lot of austerities, lot of sacrifices, then he gives birth. Okay. So when he got married, yes, Anant, you have some question?
No, Prabhuji is saying that Dhriti did not listen to Kashyapa Muni when
I
they
didn't
said.
understand.
Dhriti did not listen to Kashyapa Muni when he said that we have to do many stuff before we
Yes,
before we start a family. That's
yes.
why two demons were born.
Yes. So Diti wanted like na immediately she wanted children. So that is why the man and the woman who is going to get married, both of them should have the same mentality. That is why Brahmanas marry Brahmanas, Kshatriyas marry Kshatriyas. Like your father want you to send to Harvard and your mother wants you to send to Oxford. Then what will happen? Big fight. Okay. Otherwise, we'll take another way. Your father wants you to become an engineer, and mother wants you to become a businessman, MBA. You are getting? So, like, if father is like, say, father is like Brahmana, and mother is like business from Vaishya background, then she thinks that earning money is most important, and father thinks that okay, being more intelligent, like a scholar, he has to become like a professor, like that. So what will happen? Then every time fight. So that is why in Vedic, both of them should used to be of the same nature. You are getting the point? This is one example I told, but you don't think that oh sometimes my parents also fight. No, that is common. It is told like in Shastras, it is told like few things should not be taken seriously. What are the things is when two goats fight. You have seen goats fighting, or you didn't saw, Anand? So generally, when goats fight, they jump like this. You can see in YouTube today. Okay, they jump like this and come like this and hit like this. Then raise two legs, front two legs, and they go very high and they just hit. Maybe I will see in, I'll share. We'll see how they will be. Hare Krishna. Okay. You are able to see? Okay, maybe some other. Okay, somehow I'm not able to show you the real one. So basically, they jump like this and they hit, and someone comes and tells, "Hutch," then they run away. Okay, so that is the goat fight. And similarly, in the morning time, if there is like thunderstorm, okay, the clouds are making lot of noise, then that should not be taken seriously. Similarly, if a person who is like a yogi or something like that, he tells that I am arranging a big feast. Big feast means some party, big party. So please come. So one should not take seriously. Why? What he will have? He is just he himself is like a beggar. So similarly, if a married man and woman fights, one should not, no one takes seriously. So that is what scriptures have told. So basically, the point is, why I am discussing this point, by the way, Anant was asking something.
Diti and Kashyapa Muni fight.
Okay. So they fight. So that is why it is. So he was telling like, so we should not say that now. Okay, my parents also fight. Those things. It is a common thing. Okay, that we should not find faults. Okay. Are you like that only like Diti and Kashyap? We should not apply that whatever we are learning here on our parents. Okay. So many times you see in the morning they have some here and there, and by night they will be all right. Like children, small kids, they fight now. Like Siddharth and his sister fights. What will happen? The next day again they are friends. They forget. But especially when outside people when fight, they are very serious. So Kashyapa Muni has many wives. So among them, Kadru and Vinata. So once Kadru wanted 1,000 sons. Okay, and 1,000 sons as snakes. So she wanted very powerful sons. Then Kashyapa Muni, being pleased by her service, he tells that, okay, let your wish be fulfilled. Then he gives her boon. Soon you are going to give birth to 10,000 sons. Okay. So after that, then Vinata also pleases her husband, Kashyapa, and she goes and asks him a boon. That now I want 2 sons, and who should be more powerful than all together 1,000 sons. You are understanding? So like Bhima has the strength of all the 500 Kauravas, na? So he could single-handedly defeat 100 Kauravas. Bhima could defeat. So like that, Vinata is asking that now I should have sons who has more the strength than all 1,000 put together. Then he also tells, okay, tatastu. Okay, let your boon be fulfilled. Then with the time, after 500 years, she gives birth to 1,000 eggs, Kadru. And after 500 years, from those 500 eggs, the snakes were born. And the snakes like Shesha, Takshaka, okay, Elapatra, Vasuki, so all are born. Then by seeing this, Vinata became very shy. That now from my 2 eggs, no one is born. So thinking like that, she goes and opens her egg. That's what we do now. For example, you are given, okay, you have 2 eggs and your friend's eggs are giving birth to, say, small chicks or something like that, some birds. What you will do? Oh, my eggs are not giving birth? So generally, women also have that nature, okay, like childlike nature. So they also have that comparison like children like that. So she goes and she becomes very shy and she becomes very shameful that my eggs have not given birth. That's how she goes and opens one egg. When she opens one egg, and from that egg one man is born. Okay, and his upper body is developed, but the lower body is not developed. And immediately he comes out, he curses her. Since you, out of jealousy, you opened the egg, in future you are going to become slave. Okay, Banisa, you say, na? So you will become slave of Kadru. Then she becomes worried. Oh, I have to become slave of my sister, like that. Then it tells, don't worry, but if you wait for 500 more years, then from another egg, one son will be born who will deliver you and who will be more powerful than all the 1000 snakes. So that's how Aruna tells this thing. Then later on, so Vasuki is also born like that, na? So later on, one time, what happens? This Kadru and Vinata, they see a horse, Uchchaishrava. So when they see Uchchaishrava, they make a this betting. What you say? Betting only, na?
Prabhuji, that Bali Maharaj will take that horse.
What? Bali Maharaj gets that horse. Yes, very good. So then when it tells about Uchchaishrava horse, so then Sutta Goswami tells how this Shaunaka Rishi asks how this Uchchaishrava came. So then to explain about Uchchaishrava, it tells about the Samudra Manthan Leela. So Uchchaishrava was born from the Samudra Manthan Leela. So in the Samudra Manthan, so one time what happens, these demigods and the demons. Demons means the Daityas and Danavas. So Sura and Asuras. So they had a fight, means generally they used to fight. So one time demigods go and ask the Lord Vishnu that how can we become victorious? Then how can we want to get nectar so that we can become very powerful? Then Vishnu tells you go and make a truce with these demons, okay, Asuras, and you put together, you do this Samudra Manthan last time. Then by the instruction of Vishnu, they go and start doing Samudra Manthan. So for Samudra Manthan, they need this churning rod, na? So for churning rod, they go and get a Meru Parvata. You know what is the height of Meru Parvata?
Prabhuji, the Mandara mountain.
Mandara mountain is another thing. So Meru Parvata. So Meru on the around the Meru Parvata is 1100 kilometers above the earth. Okay, and below also it is 1100 kilometers. So huge, and they bring that Meru mountain with the help of. So that time they ask, so who will take that Meru mountain? Then Anantashesh comes. Anantashesh helps. Who is Anantashesh?
Vasuki.
No. Vasuki is different.
Garuda.
Anantashesh is Balaram's incarnation. He is snake only. So by the help of Ananta, he brings means Vishnu's incarnation, Vishnu's avatar. He is sleeping now, he is lifting the earth, he is putting the earth on his head. Whole earth. Okay, Brahmaji request. Okay. So by the help of Ananta, they bring this mountain, and in the ocean, the milk ocean, they start churning. So when they start churning, for churning, so the rod is Meru mountain, and the rope becomes, Vasuki becomes the rope. And the demigods, they think of holding the snake's mouth. So two sides they have to hold, na? So near the snake's mouth, demigods tell, okay, we'll hold near the mouth. Then the demons tell, Asuras tell, no, we only want the head. We don't catch the tail. Tail is for insignificant people. Then actually Vishnu tells, see, whenever they fight now, you don't fight with them. Whatever they say, you accept. But ultimately, you are going to win. You are only going to get the nectar. Then they remember, since Vishnu told like this, so they said, okay, you want head, now you take the head. And what happens when they take the head? After some time, Vasuki is releasing the poison. So the asuras suffer. Then they understand, my God, what Vishnu has told us, very nice, that since we are following Vishnu's instruction, we are saved now. Then when they are churning, after some time, they become very tired, they give up. Then Brahmaji goes and requests Narayana that please help them. They are very tired and they are not able to churn the ocean. Then Narayana gives them strength. And when he gives them strength, then after giving them strength, they start churning. And initially also when they are churning, the mountain is going down. It is going into the ocean because it is so much weight, so there is no strong support down. Then who comes to give the support underneath?
Lord Vishnu as tortoise.
Yes, Lord Vishnu as Kurma avatar. Tortoise. Okay. So as tortoise, he gives that support, and on the tortoise they keep. Then later on, by the help of, see everywhere who is helping them?
Lord Vishnu.
So then he helps them to churn the ocean. And after that, they start churning the ocean. So from churning, there are many things come up, like the Uchchaishrava. Uchchaishrava is a white horse, which is used.
Mahäbhärata will also come.
It is taken by Bali Maharaj. Then Airavata comes. So Airavata is elephant, which is the vehicle for Indra.
Prabhuji, Hala will also come.
Ala Hala comes. So when Ala Hala comes, who takes up?
Shiva.
Lord Shiva takes. So what happens when Lord Shiva takes?
His neck will become blue because he could not bear the burns, and if he drinks it all, he will.
Parvati Devi stops from going the poison into his body.
What?
Parvati Devi comes and catches his neck like this so that the poison does not go into his body. And it stops here and it becomes blue in color.
It becomes blue in color. Okay. I heard another thing, because he always remembers Krishna's name. He always Rama Rama he chants, na? Because of which it doesn't go below down. There are many stories meant there. And so when he takes this thing, all the Shiva followers, they think that now Shiva is the supreme. Because he has taken, no one has taken this halahal, so that is why Shiva is supreme. So to prove that now all Shiva followers, no. Shiva wants to prove that Lord Vishnu is supreme. So at the end of the Leela, he wanted to see Mohini Murti. So that's how he runs with Mohini Murti, and he goes to all different places, all the places of sages where sages stay. Okay, that's how he shows that how Vishnu is superior than Shiva. Like Shiva generally doesn't get disturbed by Parvati. Okay, but he got disturbed by Mohini Murti, by Mohini Murti's beauty. So that's how he proves that, okay, to all his followers that Lord Vishnu is superior to me. So in the process also, Lakshmi Devi is also comes. When Lakshmi Devi comes, everyone understands she is the goddess of fortune. She is the wife of Lord Vishnu. So when she was born, so she goes and she goes and stays on the heart of Lord Vishnu. And Kaustuba jewel also comes to that journey. And Kaustuba jewel is also worn by Lord Vishnu all the time. And at the end, Dhanavantri comes. So who is Dhanavantri?
The person who brings the
Nectar.
nectar.
Amrita.
And Dhanavantri
will take it.
again is an incarnation of Vishnu only. So Dhanavantri comes, and when he brings the nectar, immediately the demons go and stole it. So when they steal it, then what happens? Lord Vishnu takes Mohini Murti form and he comes, and when the demons see, Asuras see Mohini Murti, means in a female form. So when Lord Vishnu takes female form, even Lord Shiva gets bewildered. You are understanding? So all the Asuras, they get attracted to her. Then they tell, see, take this Amrita, and whomever you want to distribute, you distribute now. So she tells, Hare, how can, oh, you are so foolish people, how can you believe a woman who is alone? Okay, generally one should not believe like that because she is roaming here and there alone. You should not believe them. She tells like that only. And no, whomever you want to give, you give. So this is called as illusion, Brahma. Okay, it's like seeing the beauty of women. They forget their senses. Okay, then she tells, okay, whatever I do, you should not stop me. Yeah, whatever you want to do, you do it. We are okay with you. So that's how they got totally mad of her beauty. Okay, so that's how it takes. Then he tells that first I will distribute to the demigods, the Suras, the Indra and Surya, Chandra, all people. Then after that only I will distribute it. No problem. Whatever you want to do, you do it. We are okay with you. Then she makes two lines. One side the demigods, another side the Asuras. Then she started distributing to demigods. And one person was there. He thinks that maybe she will distribute everything to the demigods only. Will not get anything. So thinking like that, he goes and sits on the demigod side. Who is that person?
Rahu and Ketu.
So this then when Rahu is sitting, so when he drinks, when he was distributing, Mohini Murti is distributing. So Rahu was taking, and he was about when he was drinking, just it takes into the mouth immediately. Okay, Surya Dev and Chandra, they immediately tell to Mohini Murti, hey, this person is not demigod, is Asura. And immediately within no time, how much time it takes to just swallow the water? Like for example, I am swallowing. Within no time, only few seconds. Okay, within seconds. So Rahu and Indra and Chandra told, immediately Vishnu releases the Sudarshan Chakra and cuts off its head. So that's how from that time Rahu thinks that because of these two people I don't have the lower body. So what I have to do? I have to eat them. So he goes and swallows. That's how we get Surya Grahan, Chandra Grahan. Right? So he eats them. Then, so that's how this Surya, ocean churning of the ocean, that's how this nectar comes. And the nectar later on is taken by Indra, and he keeps that nectar in his custody. It's in near Indra's place. Okay, in future how that nectar is taken from by Garuda, we will see. Then what happens? The story comes back to Kadru and Vinata. So Kadru saw this Uchchaishrava, this horse. So she asked Vinata, oh dear sister, can you tell me what is the color of the horse? Then she tells, yes, I will tell you, but we will make a bet. Okay, we'll make a betting. Then she tells, okay, what is the bet? So whoever tells the color, what is the color, then whoever is true, whoever is wrong, they have to become the slave of the another person. Then Vinata tells, okay, what is the color? Kadru asks. Then Vinata tells, the color of the horse is white. Then Kadru says, no, no, it is not white. It is his horse's body is white, but the tail of the horse is black. Then Vinata tells, okay, we'll see tomorrow. Then whoever comes out to be wrong, they have to become slave of other person. Then Kadru goes and asks her children, 1000 snakes are there, na? She goes and asks the snakes to become the black hair on the tail of the horse. See, these snakes, we have seen last time, Takshaka can assume any form of the body. So then, what happens is, the snakes, first they refuse. When they refuse, then Kadru curses. That since you are refusing my word, you are not obeying your mother's word, we have to be offered in the sacrifice of Janamejaya. Then they became very fearful. So after the curse in the night time, they think, oh, we have offended our mother. Better we, at least now we go and fulfill our desire. So next day morning, when they are about to go and see Kadru and Vinata are going to see the horse, the snakes, they go and become the black hair on the tail of the Uchchaishrava. So that's how when Vinata sees the horse is white, but the tail is black. So that's how she becomes the servant of Kadru. Who cursed Vinata to become the servant of Kadru? Aruna, Vinata's son. Vinata's son cursed na, because you opened the egg out of jealousy, so you will become the servant of Kadru. So then later on, what happens? This sun god, he becomes very much worried. See, I helped all the demigods, Indra and everyone, okay, telling that Rahu is there. And this, I showed the Rahu. And this person is eating me all the time. And no one is doing, all the demigods are silent. They are not doing anything. So thinking like that, one time what happens, he thought that I will blaze all the planets by my fire. Sun is very powerful, na? So then the next day when he thought like that, next day when he was, even before rising, sun, even before sun has arisen, so the whole world is becoming, okay, very hot like anything. So when he rises, it was seen that whole world will be burned. Then that time, Brahmaji comes and asks Aruna that na, since your body is very huge, you go and become a chariot for the sun. So that's how this Aruna, the son of Vinata, he goes and becomes the chariot in front of the sun. So that's how, because of the presence of the chariot, the sun rays are decreased. That's how whole world is saved. So that is the service of the Aruna. He becomes the chariot for the sun god. Then in the meantime, Garuda was born. So that's how 500 years passes. Garuda was born to Vinata. So when Garuda was born, then he takes Aruna, Vinata, and all the snakes to just on a tour to other side of the ocean. So when he is taking to the other side of the ocean, that time what happens, by the scorching rays of the sun, all the snakes they faint. So that time Kadru, she requests Indra to shower rain. So Indra showers the rain, then they become again conscious, all the snakes. Then later on, Garuda Dev asks the snakes, so what can I do for you so that my mother will be released? Then the snakes tell that you have to get us the nectar from Indra. So when you bring the nectar from Indra, then we can release your mother from the curse. So why they wanted nectar?
To not die in the sacrifice of Janamaja.
Very good, very good, very good. Yes. So that they can be saved. So what happens is, then Garuda was going. So when Garuda was going, then he was very hungry. Then he asked Vinata, but Vinata tells, see, you eat since you are hungry. So Garuda is going getting nectar to help Vinata only. Na? So Vinata gives him instructions. So when you go and to this place where Nishadas stay. Nishadas are forest dwellers. So you can eat these Nishadas. There are thousands in number. You can eat them. Then, but when you are eating Nishadas, be careful. Never eat a Brahmana, because Brahmanas are very powerful. And by their angry, they can destroy you. And how can you recognize that you are eating a Brahmana? Because when you think of swallowing a Brahmana, when he comes to your throat, he will be like a hot charcoal. So immediately you realize that you have swallowed a Brahmana. Okay, so like that, her mother gives lot of instructions. Okay, lot of upadesh to Garuda Dev. Garuda Dev is very huge. Actually, when he was born, everyone was thinking he is another Agni Dev. He was very huge and he is like fiery. It means his body is like very fiery like Agni Dev. So then all the demigods pray to him. Oh Agni Dev, why you have taken another form? Okay, please don't burn us. Okay. Then Agni Dev tells that I am not this Garuda. He is another person called Garuda. Okay. Then they offer prayers to Garuda Dev. So Garuda is very unique. He can live whole earth. You can understand? He is so huge. Okay, he is a bird, but he can live whole earth. Okay. So then, while he was going, then he started eating Nishadas. So while he was eating Nishadas, so after some time you see that his throat got getting burnt. Then immediately he realizes that he has somehow eaten a Brahmana. Then he tells, oh Brahmana, by mistake I thought you are a Nishada I have eaten. Please come out. Then the Brahmana tells, no, actually I am a Brahmana, but I got married to a Nishada woman. And she already entered into your stomach. So if you want to release both of us, me and my wife. Then it tells, okay, even though she entered into my stomach, she is not yet digested. Basically, she is still alive. So he tells, Garuda tells, both of you come out immediately. I am not yet, your wife is also still alive. So that's how both of them come out. So that's how he thinks that, oh, by following my mother's instructions, I was saved. Then what happens if further goes, then he come across Kashyapa Muni. Who is Kashyapa Muni?
The
Husband of Unniti or
Vinata and Kadru. And Garuda, what is the relation between Garuda and Kashyapa?
Garuda is the son of Kashyapa.
Garuda is the son of Kashyapa Muni. So then what happens? Then Kashyapa Muni asks Garuda that are you getting food properly? Are you still hungry? Then it tells, yes, I got the food, but I am still very hungry. Okay, so how can I get proper food? Then it tells that there are actually in a lake, there is a huge elephant. The elephant height is 144 kilometers. Okay, or something 100 kilometers, and circumference is 144 kilometers. So such a huge elephant, And similarly, there is a tortoise. The tortoise circumference is 120 kilometers and height is about 70-80 kilometers. So you go and eat both the elephant and the tortoise in that lake. Then it tells actually in the previous life, this elephant and tortoise were both brothers. Okay, but the elephant, what happens is the elephant is a younger brother and the tortoise is the elder brother. So both are Brahmanas, rishis, but the elephant in the previous life. So after his father's death, this younger brother wanted to divide the property of his father. So the elder brother curses him. But actually, one who divides the property of the parents, then he will become, both of them become inimical to each other. And all the friends also, they always come and, like for example, there are two brothers, so they want to divide the property. So when they want to divide the property, what the person's friends and relatives, what they do? They come and tell, oh, you do like this, you do like that. Okay, so that's how your enmity, you make friendship with all the outsiders and you make enmity with your brother. So if one wants to be peaceful, one should not divide the property of parents, like that he tells the elder brother. Then because you want to divide the property, in next life you will become elephant. He curses the other Brahmana. And the other Brahmana, younger brother, he curses that, since you cursed me, you become the tortoise. So that's how both of them become a tortoise and elephant, and they go on fighting in the lake every day. So that's how. So when people have enmity, they can continue in the next lives also. So then this Garuda takes both of them by his claws. Claws means the legs are there. Na? Have you ever seen that? Na? The eagle, they catch with the legs. You have seen? Okay. So in one claw, the elephant is caught. In another claw, the tortoise is caught. So what is the circumference of the elephant? 144 kilometers. So how huge the Garuda will be? You can understand. And in another claw, the tortoise. And tortoise is about 120 kilometers circumference. Okay. And in two legs, so two of them are caught and he is going. And when he is going, all the trees become very fearful. Generally, if you see the birds, what they do? When they take some food, they go and stand on the tree and then they eat. Na? So Garuda is a huge bird. When the trees are fearful, if he comes and keeps this elephant on me, what will happen to me? So the trees are very fearful. And what happens is, while going, he comes across a huge tree, huge banyan tree. Okay, and the banyan tree, the branch of the banyan tree is 1200 kilometers. How many kilometers? One branch
1200.
of the 1200 kilometers. You can understand how big the tree will be. Okay. So the banyan tree tells, okay, no problem, you can keep on me. This elephant and tortoise, and you can eat. So when he keeps the elephant and tortoise on the banyan tree, so the branch breaks. Not only elephant and tortoise, he has to also stand. Na? When Garuda stands on the 1200 kilometers branch, if it is 1200 kilometers long, okay, how thick you can understand. So the branch breaks and it was about to fall on the ground. And on the branch of this banyan tree, there are some rishis called as Valakhilyas rishis. So these Valakhilyas rishis, basically, they are uh, very small, of thumb size, and they are very powerful rishis. Then immediately Kashyapa Muni tells, okay, oh my son, okay, please catch the banyan tree, the branch, and if you don't release anywhere, because if the Valakhilya rishis get, okay, they get hurt, if they curse you, you will die. His mother also tells the same thing, na? Never hurt the Brahmanas. Okay, then what happens? So, then see, in one leg, the elephant is there, in another leg, the tortoise is there. So, what he has to do? The branch is falling down. So, how he has to catch? He catches with his beak. With his beak, he catches the branch of the banyan tree. What is the length of banyan, the banyan branch?
1200 kilometers.
So understand what is the mouth, what is the size of the mouth of Garuda Dev. And who is Garuda Dev?
Son of Kashyapa Muni.
Son of Kashyapa Muni. And in future we will come across. So then he is carrying with his beak this 1200 kilometers branch of banyan tree. Then Kashyapa Muni tells, then he requests, Kashyapa Muni requests, oh Valakhilya rishis, they are 60,000 in number. Okay, 60,000 rishis are staying on this branch of the tree with their head down and legs upward, and their size is only thumb size. One rishi is the size of thumb. Okay? Then Kashyapa Muni requests, so please leave the branch and you can go to Himalayas. Okay, otherwise he can't, if he does any mistake with you, then he will get cursed. Then when Kashyapa Muni requests the Valakhilya rishis leave the banyan branch and they go to Himalayas. Then while carrying, then he asks Kashyapa Muni, please tell me where I can leave this banyan tree so that no living entities will be hurt, and where I can place this elephant and tortoise and can have my food. Then Kashyapa tells, go to that Mandara mountain. So Anant was telling that. So on that mountain, you go to that place, then you live there. There are no human beings there. Then he goes to Mandara mountains and has his food. Okay, so after having the food, then he is going towards to get this what you say, the nectar from Indra. So when he is going towards Indra Loka, then Indra became very fearful that this person is coming and he is going to take the nectar. Why this person? Because when he is flying by the wings, lot of dust comes, and immediately Indra realizes some enemy is coming, and he goes and asks Brihaspati, see why this person is coming and what I have done wrong, because he already defeated the demons, the asuras, and why this person is coming and kill us. Then Brihaspati is the guru of the demigods. He tells, okay, oh Indra, since you offended Valakhilyas, so Indra once offended means he did a mistake, means he insulted Valakhilyas. So because of which this Garuda is coming and he is going to take the nectar from you. So then Shaunaka Rishi asks, oh, what did Indra did? What fought Indra do? Then the story goes. So once what happens, Kashyapa Muni, before giving birth to children, he wanted to do a sacrifice. So for sacrifice, he requests the demigods and this Valakhilya rishis to bring a fuel. Fuel means the wood and everything, the ghee like that. So Indra was bringing lot of fuel, because he is very powerful. And these Valakhilya rishis, they are of thumb size. So they are bringing a small leaf. You can understand this much leaf will be very heavy for them, na? Because they are only of thumb size. So they are bringing a leaf, carrying. So they are very, and also they are small size and very thin. Generally, Brahmanas by their austerities, they are very thin. Yes or no? So when they are very thin and they are very small, they are walking, and Indra is seeing from above. And when they are walking with the leaf, they go and fall into a cow's hoof print. Okay, cow's hoof print means cow has. You have seen any time, like in the villages. So when it is the rainy season, so in a wet area, if cow goes, so it makes a hole by the leg of the cow. So small hole is formed. So when they are carrying, these Valakhilyas come to that cow's hoof print, that small hole, they fall into that hole. So when they fall into that hole, Indra was seeing from above and he laughs, seeing them. And he laughs and he goes above them. We also do it like that only. Now we crosses above the ants like that. But they are not ants, they are rishis. So because of that, the Valakhilyas became insulted. They curse Indra that now we are going to do a sacrifice, and by that sacrifice, we are going to create another Indra. Then they go and start doing sacrifice. So that time, then Indra goes and requests Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji goes and requests Kashyapa Muni. Then Kashyapa Muni goes and requests Valakhilyas. Then Valakhilyas tell, don't worry, actually you are going to give birth not to a human but to Garuda, and who will be like another Indra. And he is going to defeat Indra one day. So that's how Kashyapa Muni, that is why Kashyapa Muni gave birth to this Garuda and Aruna. So someone may ask now why Kashyapa Muni, okay, actually Shaunaka Rishi asked why Kashyapa Muni is giving birth to these birds. He is a human, why he is giving birth to them? Okay, because this is the reason. You are understanding? So that's how Kashyapa Muni gives birth to Garuda, and Garuda is now going to get the nectar. So then Indra arranges everyone, Vishwakarma and all those people, these all powerful warriors. He tells them, be careful, Garuda is going to come and take our nectar. Then everyone is protecting the nectar. Actually, the nectar where it is kept, okay, near the nectar he kept a chakra, and this chakra is continuously rotating. Say for example, chakra is there, it is very sharp pointed. If it is stable like this, then what happens? One can just jump over the chakra and go. Like for example, if there is a gate, the gate has very short pointed these arrows. Still one can, small children can cross over it, na? Okay. But if it is continuously rotating, can anyone cross? Because it can cut. Because if it is stagnant, one can slowly cross over it. So it is continuously rotating, and Garuda goes and sees. But now this chakra is continuously rotating. He defeats everyone. Vishwakarma, everyone he defeats. It was a long war. And after that he goes near the nectar, but the nectar is surrounded by this chakra. Then he saw in that chakra there is a small hole in between. Means in the middle sometimes there can be a small hole. Na? He says that there is a small hole. But Garuda has one special quality. He can become huge, he can become small also. Like Hanuman. They are called as Ashtasiddhis. So by Ashtasiddhis, one can become very small or one can become very huge. Small is called as Anima Siddhi. Huge is called as Laghima Siddhi. Sorry, Mahima Siddhi. And Laghima means very heavy. Like that, there are 8 Siddhis are there. And another Siddhi is Prapti Siddhi. So if I have Prapti Siddhi, sitting here I can do, means I can take Siddharth's spectacles and keep myself. What is that Siddhi called? Prapti Siddhi. Okay, so sitting here, I can take, for example, your mobile is there, I can take your mobile from here. So the yogis, by their yogic process, they can get this, but they can, no one can become God. See, Hanuman has siddhis, but is he a God? Means is he like Lord Ram? He is servant of Lord Ram. Generally, people, if someone has some siddhis, what they think, oh, he is God. Now, by siddhis, no one can become God. In like if you go to Himalayas, there will be many people, many yogis, they have these siddhis. But if one is attached to this siddhis, they can't go beyond. They can't attain Krishna. You are understanding? So, Garuda also had siddhis. All the great sages, they have siddhis. But they don't get diverted by these siddhis. These are like powers. Okay, but generally common people, when someone they come across any like any guru or any sadhu and they see some siddhi, they think that oh, he is God. Why? Because okay, he can produce some ashes, he can create some some gold or something. But Krishna has created, whole gold is created by Krishna. Can that yogi can create a mountain of gold? Little bit gold he can create. So that is why one should not get bewildered by these siddhis. So Garuda becomes very small and he goes through the whole of the Sudarshan Chakra. And when he goes, there are 2 huge snakes and they are very poisonous. What they do? They are emitting lot of poison. So Garuda does like this. Then what happens? All the dust raises, it goes into the eyes of the snakes. And they become blinded. And Garuda, he makes them sight, takes the nectar and he was going. Then Indra, seeing that, he releases a thunderbolt. So he has a weapon called Vajra, thunderbolt. So which is made by the bones of Dadichi Muni. Okay. You know, Siddharth, that one? How we made
You told it was the bones, but you didn't told how it was made, Guruji.
Okay. So basically, once Indra was fighting with the one Asura, Vritrasura, so he was getting defeated. So to win over Vritrasura, Lord Vishnu tells, you go and request Dadichi Muni to give his bones. So from his bones, you make this weapon, this Vajra. So when he goes and requests Dadichi Muni, he is a Rishi, he is a Brahmana. Oh, since Vishnu told, okay, you take my body. Then meditating, he leaves the body. Okay, then from the body of Dadichi Muni, from his bones, he makes this weapon. So since Vishnu has told that it is very, very powerful weapon, so he releases that weapon onto Garuda. Then Garuda Dev knows that this weapon is Narayana weapon given by Vishnu. So what he does, he releases one of the feather from Garuda's body and he tells Indra, oh Indra, since this is the weapon of Vishnu, I am releasing this one feather of mine. And you can never measure the length of this feather. It is so huge. So he is telling to Indra, please understand how huge will be the feather. Okay, it has that just to respect the thunderbolt, he releases the feather. Then by seeing Garuda's behavior, that now he is so respectful. That now he is taking the nectar, but he is respecting the thunderbolt. By seeing that, Indra tells, can you become my friend? Oh dear Garuda, please become my friend. So that's how the friendship happens between Indra and Garuda. And what will happen after this friendship, and what will happen to that nectar, and we'll discuss the snakes. You have seen the snake's tongue, koralu. They are in two parts like this. Yes or no? It's bifurcated. So why they got two parts? Okay, why the snake's tongue is like that? We'll discuss in the next class. You are relishing? You are relishing the class? Okay, you are. Okay. So what we do is, I have one request for you. I take the class on Tuesday also for some elders. I will be continuing like this only. So because now we see like from last few weeks, like only 2 of you are coming, and there also some 3-4 devotees are coming. So I want to merge both the batches. Is it possible for you to come on Tuesday?
Prabhuji,
Yes,
what
Prabhuji.
time?
Yes,
Any day at night is okay, Prabhuji. 7 to 8.
yes, Anand, for you?
If you tell the time, I can see if I can.
On Tuesday. Tuesday, okay, you will see the schedule and you can call me because my WhatsApp number is there. You can either WhatsApp me.
Prabhuji, timings are 7 to 8:30 only.
Same timing, 7 to 8:30. Yes, Anand.
Prabhuji, I'm free.
You are okay? Okay, fine. Then what I will have from next week, instead of Wednesday, we'll have on Tuesday. Same timing. Okay. Say this after this Parva, after one more class, we'll directly enter into the main story. The Pandavas and Kauravas. Okay. So just we'll come to next in 1 or 2 classes, we'll complete this Janamedaya sacrifice, and we'll come to how the Bhishma and Bhishma's ancestors, how they are born like that. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to the class. We'll offer prayers
Yeah,
once again.
Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Panchatattva Bhagavan ki,
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Govind Shriman Mahaprabhu ki,
Jai.
Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki,
Jai.
Sudarshan Chakra ki,
Jai.
Narsimdev Bhagavan ki.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Siddhartha. Hare Krishna.